Hi guys, so today's video is about job security in Canada because some people say that in Canada people are laid off just like that, just like the weather switches from rainy to sunny or cloudy, just like that. You never know, today you're employed, tomorrow you'd be employed or not. So what has been my observation and experience in this regard, I'm going to share with you in this video. But before that, I want to tell you upfront that I have a little redness in the eye. It might look a bit puffy. Just bear with me on that. And please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This video will be useful for people who are aspiring to come to Canada, work in Canada, and make a living in Canada, and eventually try to settle down in Canada in the long term. This includes students, prospective immigrants, work visa holders, and basically everybody who wants to come and work in Canada. Talking about my personal experience, I've been in Canada for a year and a half now, and I have done two full-time jobs here. Starting in April 2023, the first job I did for 3 months up until the mid of August. At the end of April, then May, June, July, and August is maybe 4 months. And then the mid of August 2023 till now, I'm employed in the same place. So in my observation, people are not hired and laid off like that in Canada unless they provide the employer with a solid and objective reason to lay them off. For example, during work hours, if you're caught sleeping, that's an instant red flag there. So that there is an instant turn off for the employer. Obviously, nobody would accept that the employee is being paid by the hour and by the time they're spending at work, and then they're found sleeping. So that's a total no go areas for people who want to stay employed, and obviously everybody wants that. So things like that are not tolerated. Other than that, if some disciplinary issues are found, let's say you are showing up late, you are leaving early, or let's say I was in the technical sales specialist job, the first job that I had, where I had to attend inbound calls working from home. So the work pattern was like I had to take one call after another, and there would hardly be like 5 to 10 seconds gap in between two adjacent calls, and I had to keep doing that for 8 hours a day. Yes, there used to be two 15 minutes break and one half-hour break in between, spread between the intervals of that 8 hours period. But still, after that, like you could say, every for every 1.25 hour I had to take calls back to back. So if, for example, I turned off my system for a while after taking a call, thinking I've got too tired, I want a break, and let's say that keeps happening very often. So they have uh, systems in place that detect such behavior on the part of the employees and keep the whole team aware and coordinated on those things. So such things are taken into account. The employees who display such behaviors are taken on board, and the disciplinary team tells them what could be the repercussions if they continue doing that. And the worst that could happen was getting laid off from work. So like I said, until you provide the employers with solid reasons to lay you off, I have not seen people being laid off for insubstantial reasons. Never. Maybe my experience has not been that broad or that prolonged so as to provide you with a richer insight on this, since, as I said, I have been in Canada for only a year and a half, and economically or politically, the country has been doing pretty much alike and similar from my day one in this country up until now. So I think things like political upheavals, socio-economic disturbances, and civil disorders. These are the kind of things that have the potential to impact the employability of people and the behavior of companies and the decisions of the hiring teams. But since, as I said, the circumstances have been pretty much the same for my day one in this country up until now, so I have not observed any difference. Likewise, I have not seen people being laid off for non-serious reasons or inobjective reasons, unless they provide themselves reasons enough to be laid off. So once you're hired in Canada, just do your best and you're good to go. Your job is secure, generally speaking. And even if you're laid off after a certain period, maybe it is 6 months, but you don't go by my words, check for yourself. I think it is 6 months. You have to be at a job for a certain period of time in order to qualify for unemployment insurance. And so that means that even if you're laid off, you will be paid some percentage of your salary and until you are employed again, or basically there's a mechanism established to help the people who have gone out of work to again get back into the workforce. There are also all these employment assistance and job finding agencies that are working publicly, that are assisting people with the kind of skills they have with building their resumes and connecting them to the prospective employers, finding the right opportunities and spots for them. So there's all this kind of system. So once you get hired and you start delivering and you have been at your job for a certain time, you are good to go. You are secure in a way that not only are you not very likely to be laid off, but also if you are laid off, then you qualify for unemployment insurance. So basically, it's a first job that is generally a little difficult for people to find, but once that's achieved, the remaining journey is relatively smooth and people find ways to work their, to go about things and start making a living for themselves and arranging everything for themselves. Hopefully, this video will help everyone. What are your other questions about coming to Canada and settling in Canada? Please let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please consider watching these other wonderful videos on this channel. These are a few of the thumbnails and there are more spectacular videos as well. Next time, take care, have a nice day, and bye.